This is Soul Seeker. This is
Jason.
And I'm Leslie Walt.
And we're the proud owners of Soul Seeker.
They're doing the Great Loop in a solar-powered boat. We get to check it out and try it out. I am going to start burying the throttles here. The Great Loop is a continuous 6,000-mile waterway circumnavigation of the eastern United States. The neat thing about this boat is an electric boat that is solar powered.
Maybe we could pull it off and be the first married couple to do a solar powered electric loop. We are the proud owners of this, what we shall call a Frankenstein project. This is a 1986 Prout Snow Goose Elite that has been demasted and turned into a solar powered vessel. And so here we are giving it our best try. We went with twin ePropulsion Navy 6s. We've got them on Panther mounts to brackets that are through bolted and backplated underneath here. So it's nice and strong, nice and stout.
I assume then that if your motors are there,
yep,
and solar's overhead,
solar's
right
overhead,
which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yep.
I assume that this whole area underneath of our feet here, this must be all the batteries. You probably got this like jammed full of batteries.
You know, wouldn't that be awesome to have that much battery? If you look down here, that's all the battery we need. So that is 16 series connected lithium iron phosphate EVE cells that we got off of Amazon.
I know it doesn't show up on the video here, but this is not very big at all. This is like what? Like this looks like it's 14 inches by like 18 inches.
Yeah.
That's it. That's your whole entire battery system for this boat.
Correct.
And then you got all your gubbins underneath of here, which here I'm gonna get the camera down in here. See, there's lots of blue things that are the controllers, and you got breakers, and you got switches. You got like 3 big old red power switches in here. And then here's what's really important. Remember, batteries and water don't mix, so you got your bilge right under there.
Naturally, it's a good place to put water.
With some water, that's awesome. But it's all working perfectly fine, right?
It's working perfectly fine. Honestly, we've already covered about 350 miles, nautical miles, on our Great Loop, and doing so on nothing but sunshine.
So wait a minute, whenever you're in a anchorage or marina, aren't you plugging into shore power to recharge things up?
Never. Refilling water is all I really need to do. Power, don't need it. I've got enough power in the sun.
So let's dig into that a little bit more. So what about, like, you probably have a diesel generator to be able to run like because you probably got a microwave, a dishwasher, a little refrigerator, and all that sort of stuff.
You know, we've got all those things. All of them are able to be powered by these 10 solar panels right here above our head.
So you've got this battery bank, you've got the solar, which we'll talk about in a minute, overhead.
Yep.
Which isn't as big as I thought it would be. I actually expected it to be a lot bigger than this. And so is there also like a 12-volt battery bank somewhere?
Yeah, we have 12-volt batteries that I have put where they're needed. There are 3 of them. And honestly, those don't recharge off of the panels. I just use our inverter, which I will grant you, for the people who are a little more technical on this, that is not the most efficient way to do it, but it is the easiest way to do it when you're dealing with cable runs. These cost $75 a piece on Facebook Marketplace. So what you'll see is it slopes slightly from the aft all the way forward. So the idea there was initially about rain runoff, because I thought, hey, maybe I want to capture that water that runs off here, and then I can put it inside of my water tank. And I still like that idea, but what I came upon in this is actually something really cool. And that is, when the wind is coming from the nose, like it is now, it actually kind of serves as a ramp to just slough the wind off. I lose maybe half a knot of speed when I'm going into wind such as this. When we flip this around and the wind is coming from behind, I was able to just shut my motors completely off, no watts, no use of the motors at all, and we were a wind-powered vessel at 2.5 knots. So this whole array was less than $1,000.
And these are not bifacial panels.
They're not bifacial.
They're just the ones from the top, so you're not even getting any of the light bouncing off the water.
Nope. You've got the positive, negative. I've series connected 2 panels times 5 for our whole array. And so together those power 3.75 kilowatts of power, and they're sitting on a frame of extruded aluminum. I mean, it is holding all of my weight and I see no bowing whatsoever, and that's with butt joints here and there, and so it's a very robust material. We've got triangulation here. I have to give a shout out to Sailing Electra. Patrick Mackay is a real close friend at this point, and he was pretty much the inspiration for this idea. He's got an amazing boat himself that's fully electric and solar.
So you demasted this sailboat, right?
Correct. Correct.
But we have stuff here like this still, which I like, which I think is just nice because it just makes a great noise.
It sounds like a fuchikawasa. It's a musical instrument, and it goes.
The idea behind this is to avoid dino juice and to see what can we accomplish on nothing but sunshine. And the idea of taking on the Great Loop was just because it's there.
It's a 37-foot catamaran. So you're running 2 of these.
Yep.
What kind of speed are you getting?
Okay, so that's a great conversation point because that's one of the big drawbacks of a solar electric boat is you are gonna have to embrace going slower than other conventionally powered vessels.
How slow are we talking?
We will cruise midday between 4 and 5 knots. And that is no use of the battery whatsoever. In fact, I'm charging the battery at those speeds. That is slow, but honestly, when you look at displacement hull catamaran sailboats that are under power, not under wind, they're actually running about those speeds. Maybe they get up to 6 or 7, but they are burning copious amounts of diesel to do so.
Right.
We're burning sunshine. That is what we're burning. And so for a couple of knots difference, I'm happy to go slow. But that is one of those things that you're going to have to compensate for, is you're going to be running our typical day. We're looking at 15 to 30 nautical miles a day. We've done 40. That's a long day. You know, you're doing 10 hours at the helm, and we don't have an autopilot hooked up yet. So you're doing 10 to 12 hours at the helm. That is long. I'll grant you that. I don't mind. Like, so I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it. How do you feel about going only 4 miles an hour most of the time?
Leslie will tell you the truth.
Most of the time, I like going slower. When I'm outside, when I'm in the helm in this area looking around, I can see the beauty all around. Inside, when I'm doing things, it's not too bumpy, it's not rocking and rolling and all that, you know. So for the most part, I like going just at a gentle pace, seeing everything. There are times though, for example, if a storm is coming in and we're trying to get to a safe harbor, I would like to kick it in a little bit more, maybe 7 or 8, you know,
right.
Just let's go. So there are times when I would like for it to go faster.
Now, have you run them full throttle?
There was a storm coming through, and we had to get to a dock before a massive thunderstorm with lots of lightning that we could see came out of nowhere. And so I went what we called full electron, which is a silly word. That's a fun term. But that means 12 kilowatts is coming out of this battery. That is not coming from solar. That is coming from the battery. And we got up to, it was 6.5, 7 knots, somewhere in there. It was about 7 knots, but remember I was going against current. And I was going against wind that was coming out of nowhere, crazy. So I would say probably 7 to 7.5 knots is our full speed under electric. Now, I would wager to say you're not going to get a whole lot faster than that on a displacement hull catamaran. Maybe you're going to get up to 9 knots. But even that, then the question comes of range. How long is that going to last at full speed? I would wager to say that we're going to last right around 45 minutes to an hour. Full speed on our 15.6 kilowatt hour battery bank.
And that's you just run on the batteries.
That is just batteries alone.
All right, so now we got to talk about your throttles that you got over here. You want to bring them over?
Let's do it.
So you didn't opt for, they make one that has 2 levers on there.
That's true. Yes, and I have a reason behind that.
Oh, and you're running this Bluetooth. There's nothing wired up, so you can be operating the boat from anywhere.
I can, and that is actually the reason for this. And when it's time to anchor, I want to bring these up to the anchor locker with me. And I like being up there by my windlass where I can see everything right overboard. I don't have to be back here guessing or trying to not get in a fight with my wife while we're anchoring, and there's a lot of stress going on, and I have to deal with a bridle attachment and all that. I can bring these with me and and I can differential steer
Right.
when I need to go a little bit left or a lot of bit right. So you can see our battery right now is at 95%, and we're draining 15.4 amps. So if you multiply that by 48, you get the number of watts that we're actually consuming right now. But that's why we see what's happening here. Why are we not generating any solar? It's nice and sunny. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We should be generating hundreds of watts. Well, the battery is fully charged, and we're using all of the reserves. So right now everything's in float, but as you start to accelerate, you'll notice the solar will kick in and you'll see the wattage start to go up as we consume enough battery for it to trigger that. So we're climbing because we're using power now, because you're consuming 900 watts on the starboard and 500-ish watts on the port.
Right.
So that's enough for the system to go, oh, we're using power. I better start taking some of this solar and using it. We're going 3.2 knots on how much power? 1.6-ish kilowatts. But it's not just that we're propelling a 37-foot catamaran. We're also towing an inflatable dinghy. Oh,
And my boat.
Yeah. Another one.
Strapped onto the side, yep. I'm gonna start burying the throttles. Everybody hang on. Hey, and you can feel the pull.
Yeah.
It's nice, I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not even all the way up yet.
Okay, read out where you are on each motor.
We are at 4.7 knots.
Which is how many miles per hour?
5.5. The throttles are all the way down. We're pulling 6,000 watts on each.
Now stay at 6,000 because I want to go over to the battery here.
Yep.
And you'll see.
We went down 1%.
We did.
Yep.
And we are drawing 204 amps. Multiply that by 48 and we are chewing up the juice right now.
And we're getting 6 knots and 6.6 miles an hour. And 6.6 miles an hour, 6 knots, that's sailing speed. I mean, unless you're like really out there in like weather.
Exactly.
So this isn't a bad speed to be cruising. We got a nice breeze.
Feels great.
Okay. My boat even hung on.
Now, and that is actually motor still down, so we have a lot of drag there.
We're dragging extra, yep.
Okay, and we're still 5.8 to 6 knots. Now we are full power, and we've been that for how long? It's been about
a minute or two, yeah. A few minutes, and now we're down 1 more %.
And we went down another one just now.
So now what we'll do is we'll do the fun thing.
Okay.
We're gonna back off the throttle some, and we'll probably see. So we're down to 92%. I'm gonna back off the throttles just a bit. We get down around probably 3,000 RPM, or 3,000 watts.
Yep.
And I bet you we'll probably, so now we're only down to 5 knots.
Yep.
So we haven't slowed down that much. But I bet you what's going to happen is we'll start gaining back juice in our battery, won't we?
Wayne, we're still chewing 62 amps right now.
Okay.
And so that is how much less. Like we cut that significantly.
Yep.
And we're still at roughly 5 knots. So how much speed did we really lose?
Not much.
Not much.
Yeah, just a little bit. But we are actually still pulling from the battery, right?
We are.
Yep.
So when you see that negative sign right here in the middle, overall current,
yep,
we're still drawing from the battery, which means we're using all the solar and battery.
All right, so let's just throttle back just a little bit more.
Yep.
So we'll get these back. Now we're about 2,400.
Yep.
We're only drawing 39 now. And we're at 4.7 knots.
Okay, 4.7 to 4.8. So we dropped 0.3 of a knot. And look what we're drawing now. 23.5 amps.
23.5.
And now we're down, let's see, 1,500. Let's make both of them 1,500. Because I would wage to say, once we get down to around 1,500, we're going to be near 0 on our battery draw. There we go, about 14. And it's not even the middle of the day. I mean, sort of, it's 11. Yeah, we're at minus not 5.8 amps. We're barely drawing any.
Right. So your battery pack would last you many hours.
Oh, at this speed.
Going, right.
Yes, I could go overnight.
Right.
At this speed.
And we're still going 4 knots, which is 4.5 miles an hour.
Right.
Yep.
Now up here, we get that. Okay, so we got 4 knots. And then over here, we've got 3.8 knots, which is roughly 4.5 miles per hour. Now,
we're drawing 12 amps.
Let's get it, just for fun, let's drop this to the point that we are, in fact, charging while being underway at 11 o'clock.
All right.
So what are you thinking, 1250?
Let's see. All right, so
I'm going to give it a little more here.
Over 1,000. Oh, there we are.
Good.
So we're in positive now.
Yeah. So we're charging at 3.5 amps, 2.1.
Yep.
So it's a cloudy day. There are clouds everywhere. Like it's mostly cloudy.
Right.
It is not partly sunny. It is mostly cloudy.
Yeah, it's overcast. Yeah.
And we are
down to 3.8 knots.
Down to 3.8 knots, which is serviceable.
Yeah.
Does this feel like we're losing ground against the current?
Nah.
In fact, if you look back here, your boat is still putting out wake.
Yeah.
My dinghy is still putting out wake. We are forward propulsion.
Yep.
And it's fine. And now, because of the clouds, we're consuming 1.4 amps.
Right.
So if we were really being meticulous, which I will be every now and then, I'll drop it down to here, which is minuscule impact on speed. We're still at 3.6, 3.7. And now, give that time to adjust, and we're going to be
1.5
charging all the rest of the way.
Yep.
Now, here's what's funny. So this is not just about moving our boat. We also want to eat.
Right.
We want to have a refrigerator.
Sure.
We want to have Starlink internet. Right. We want to have all the, conveniences of modern life within reason. And so when I see my wife has started cooking, suddenly I've got this perfected. I'm down to, I'm charging.
Right.
We've maximized our speed. I'm basically at 0, which is where I want to be. And then the microwave goes on,
sure, yeah.
And we're at consuming 40 amps. And I'm like, right. What's happened?
Right.
Oh, that's right. We're cooking. She's about to bring me good food. Yeah. I'm happy for this.
Right.
And the microwave will consume that for just a moment. And so it's negligible impact. And we have good food and good times.
And if you had a little bit bigger of a battery pack,
yeah,
or a couple more solar panels,
you'd never even worry about it.
You wouldn't even have to think about any of this. But either way, this is very manageable. It's not like you're having to slow down to nothing and sacrifice and having to charge in it, plug in at night.
Exactly.
Right. So, yeah,
exactly. Yep. So, what are your thoughts? You've just now captained Soul Seeker,
right?
A 37-foot catamaran that's powered by nothing but sunshine, Wayne.
It's so awesome because think about this: a good one with a diesel motor. What are you getting? A mile a gallon on a boat this size? So every mile, every knot you go, where you're using nothing, that's a win. You'll be money ahead in no time with this trip that you're doing. That's what I think. It's pretty cool. I like the red stripe on the steering wheel. Tell me when I'm in the middle.
It matches the strap over there to your right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. The ratchet straps. You can't have enough of them.